Look, Diddy clothes from the film Monsters Ball was sold in an auction for over $20,000. Look, people will buy anything. Monsters Ball, bro, is from 2021 with Billy Bob Thornton and Halle Berry. Diddy played a death row inmate that got the electric chair. This was one of my favorite movies on account of Billy Bob Thornton was really slamming Halle Berry. Look, I was just a kid. Drop it in the comments, bro. But look here. They sold his clothes for $24,510 to be exact. A gray hoodie, jeans with one leg cut off, and some black shoes. Exactly what he got the chair in. Look, Billy Bob Thornton's son strapped him up. Look, 49 people bid on it. People will buy anything right now, bro. But, hey, it's your money. Do what you want, bro. But the production film tag is included. Drop it in the comments, man. This one is crazy. $24,510. Look, Deion Sanders inflicted with an unknown illness. Look, I don't know what's going on with him, but he has responded. Look, he say God got him. He's okay. Trust him. He's okay. Look, he secured a $54 million contract with Colorado. He has contractual obligations, and he ain't tapping out. He will be there. I don't know. The man lost a toe last year. Charleston White was dragging him about it. Could it be something wrong with the foot? I don't know. I guess we'll know if he's coaching with a nub. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm Deion Sanders, bro. I like him. I like him. You know what I mean? I never say nothing like that, but I don't know what's going on with him. Even the Suns won't talk about it. Deion Sanders, we need to know, bro. Inquiring minds want to know. You know what the fuck we want to know. Stop fucking with our head. Drop it in the comments, man. Scott's gonna play. Look, Kendrick Lamar extends the Grand National Tour. Look, the man is feeling good. He just won Album of the Year at BET Awards, and he deserves all the accolades. Well, look here. He's adding Australia to the tour. Yeah, you heard me right. Australia. He's on some Kangaroo Jack shit. Look, this is first time going out there since 2022, I believe, when he released the Big Steppers. All stadiums, fam. Starting off Melbourne AAMI Stadium Park, December 3rd. Sydney's Aliens Stadium, December 10th, which is my birthday. Sagittarius stand up. I'm not rocking with him that hard, but since he's operating on my birthday, man, I gotta salute that, man. Sagittarius, drop it in the comments, fam. But look here, yeah. Go out and see that boy. December 6th through the 14th, he's gonna be doing the Spilt Milk Tour. SZA, by the way, will not be part of this extended Grand National Tour. She got some shit going on. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scott's from the playground. Look, Lil Wayne, the Carter 6 album, the one everybody has been calling lackluster, but we understand that they just don't know shit, man. Before we let you piss us off, we'll piss on ourselves. I loved it. But look here, bro, he's projected to sell over 100K first week. Look, 110,000 to be exact. Like, nobody really knows that number, but you gotta know, bro, this is Wayne. This is Wayne, bro. He's a GOAT. You must recalibrate yourself and reacclimate to what rap is. Cause we going back there. Yeah, we going back there. This commercial hip-hop shit that everybody is killing themselves over. It ain't what you think, fam. I implore everybody to go listen to that album. Really listen to it with your ears and not your ass, nigga. K-Bots, get off the bullshit. Nigga, this is Wayne, a GOAT. Not the only GOAT, but a GOAT. Not a Billy Goat, but a GOAT. The greatest of all time. A greatest of all time. Because Scars from the Playground is still out there and I am still coming. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. I promise to tell you the truth, the whole truth. So help me God. Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. Scars from the playground. Look, R. Kelly demands immediate release from prison. He won't out. He ain't worried about no 20 year. He ain't worried about no 30 year. He won't out right now. He say the authorities are conspiring to get him. Yeah, you heard me right. He say they got this guy from the Aryan Brotherhood, a terminally ill guy. They said if he take him out, take R. Kelly off the board, that they would transfer him and let him escape. Look, this all sounds like some bullshit. Even if it's true, fam, all you can do is get transferred to another prison. Your ass ain't getting out of jail. That's point blank, period. Look, I'm calling cap on this. R. Kelly could have paid him in honey buns or whatever they using as barter in there. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. He's not getting out of there, bitch. You do wrong, you gonna get spanked. That's just how it is, bro. You're in America. You can't do what the fuck you want to do and think, oh, I'm a singer, though. Nah, fuck everything you did. When you touched them kids, you wiped away every good thing you could have did. I sung I Believe I Could Fly when I was in the 3rd grade for a choir concert. Yeah, we sung I Believe I Could Fly. I can fly. That was my part. My part was the part that's gonna take you there. You know what I mean? Other people were singing that. I believe that me. I can fly. Ooh, all that type of shit. That was me, man. Scars from the playground. Drop it in the comments. I'm not telling you no stories, no fibs. You know what I mean? All I could do is keep it real, bro. I was like the lead singer. I was something like a Eddie Kane or a David Ruffin. If you don't know what it is, I implore you to check it out. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Jpegmafia throwing shots at Drake. He say we don't want to hear Drake complain about bitches anymore. We don't fucking care. We need something new. Look, wait for Iceman. That's the best thing I can tell you, nigga. Wait for Iceman. But we ain't in French class, nigga. Let's start there. If you don't like an artist, just don't tune in, nigga. This nigga say he been dissing Drake since 2016. If anybody want to smoke, his tour dates are posted. Nobody worried about you like that, bruh. You're in America. You're allowed to have an opinion, but it's only your opinion. The nigga is selling, fam. He's selling. He just broke the chart records, fam. Over 400 weeks in the top 10. What the fuck are you talking about? And I don't know JPEG. I don't know him. I don't know Jpegmafia whatsoever. But you're wrong, fam. And like I told you, we all that French shit. Speak for yourself, nigga. You don't want to hear, you don't want to hear it. Nigga don't want to box you over that shit. Definitely, why would it be smoke because you don't like an artist? The nigga got so many haters, man. You just add another one to the list. That's just all it is. That's all it's about. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Silento was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Bro, this is the watch me whip, watch me nay, bro, for killing his cousin. His cousin, bro, in 2021. Look, the man pled guilty but mentally ill to charges related to the fatal shooting of his cousin in DeKalb County, Georgia. Look, brother, since he pled guilty, the malice murder charge was dropped. They charged this man with voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, concealing the death of a person, and using that firearm to commit felonious acts. 20 years, fam. 30 years, my bad. 30 years. I would never have suspected this, but them dancing niggas, you must watch. I'm gonna say that again. Them dancing niggas, you must watch. Look at Soulja Boy. Yeah, Soulja Boy ain't what you thought he was when he was just cranking that Superman. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Look, Dr. Phil defends Sean Diddy Combs. Look, he say prosecutor's case was built on emotionally charged testimony and sweeping allegations that may not meet the legal threshold required for conviction, fam. They thought this was so sensational that the jury would just be quick to convict. It's not looking like that, fam. You gotta look at the facts and what he's charged with, bro. Everything about this shit, it just don't add up. Like I always said, bro, it's very Hollywoodish. But people convicted Diddy off of propaganda, bro. We don't know what of that was true, but everybody thought Diddy was gonna get life, man. Come on, this ain't even what's. That's why I didn't watch the trial, bro. It's all bullshit. The man's gay. That's the biggest thing, the biggest shocker about this case. He's gay and he was whacking off in a corner. No shots to the LGBTQPRIA community either. But that's the only thing that, you know, he ain't who you thought he was. Point blank. And on top of that, a lot of them niggas ain't. Diddy ain't the first. And he won't be the last. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Squash from the playground. Nicki Minaj throwing shots at Shannon Sharp. Look, she say she ain't never forgot about that Nicki who shit. So she had to get him. Look, a lot of people thought it was all cap when they say Drake and Nicki Minaj are supposed to be on that Carter 6. Look, Wayne got all type of surprises coming, fam. Just wait for it. Nicki Minaj dropped her remix, the remix to this band from track from the Carter 6, fam. Look, she went at Shannon Sharp. She say, about to cop you some slides. All you do is flip-flop. If I send you a pic of Shannon, you ain't that shot. Look, man, she say she never forgot about that shit. She had to get him. She was gonna get Chad Ochocinco, but cause he always over there with him on that nightcap shit. But and she chose not to. She should have went at Joe Budden. Joe Budden, you don't know what you be talking about. He was the main one to say Drake and Nicki won't walk through that door for him. Bro, they all still fuck around. You think they forgot Wayne is the GOAT that put him on? No. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Nicki Minaj. I didn't even listen to it yet. I just heard about it. But, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? That bitch hard. Look, Bricc baby throwing shots at Luce Cannon, which is weird because I thought they kissed and made up. Yeah, I did. They was sharing a cell and sharing cell phones and all type of shit. But look here, bro. Luce Cannon wife Sharice Mills say Luce was stabbed at the MDC in Los Angeles. It was attacked. They attacked him. 5 Hispanic inmates, but it wasn't on no black versus brown type shit. She don't know what that was about. But it shows he was treated medically for a stab wound. Look, man, Bricc baby says all cap. Allegedly, he in there with him. Man might have poked himself with a little pen or something. He's lying, just like he did on the free world. So Bricc baby says. Look, I don't know what's going on with these guys. We got Luce and Bricc supposedly snitching. Eugene Henley, Big U, his acting as his own lawyer. Look, now some stabbing going on. Like everybody getting he going to Tory Lane's right. I don't believe you. You know, nigga probably poked himself. This is Luce we talking about. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Bricc baby, Bricc baby, Bricc baby. You done ruined it, fam. You done ruined yourself. But Bricc baby might still have a chance of getting out. They say he doing a whole lot of this. I don't know nothing about it. They say it's LA politics. LA gonna handle it. Look, Saigon throwing shots at Joe Budden. Look, this is like a beef from over 10 years ago. Saigon told Joe his son was gay. He had told him he was gay, despite the boy just being a little child at the time. Look, he saying Joe Budden brought up his baby mama. He said the gloves was off. It was what it was. But since he don't podcast and Joe Budden don't rap no more, he don't want to just be making it. Why diss each other? He said the only thing left to do is fucking box. Look, I don't know, bro. I don't know if Sober Joe ain't swinging him like that. I think Sober Joe more chill. He ain't gonna go fight with you in the streets, man. That's just not Joe Budden's style, fam. But if Joe was on them things still. Joe would swing off on him. Joe would take off on him, but Joe didn't caught that split. Joe ain't by shit. You know what I mean? So don't look to fight Joe. Plus, he ain't in shape, man. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. And I don't even know Saigon. Heard of him, but don't know him. You know, and don't know him from a can of paint. Don't know how he look. Don't know how he talk. Don't know how he walk. Point blank, period. But I know Joe ain't fighting nothing. Yeah, Joe ain't fighting nothing.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clipper. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.